Earth Day 5. Are we on Earth Day 5 of inline downhill? I got my stuff ready. It is so early in the morning. I woke up at 5 a.m. because we are doing Medallo, the highway from Bogota to Medellin. Again, this morning, waiting on my taxi right now. I am so freaking tired because, I spent like all day in Manantiales, but we're doing it again. But this time I got my 360 mount on my helmet. So we're gonna try and get some 360 footage for y'all because for real, the view is insane. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm dying. Let me check my taxi. We're at the bakery. I'm tired. I'm the first one here, even though we all running on standard time. We're ready. We're gonna catch the bus now. Let's do it. Here we are on the bus. I don't know if I mentioned the last time, but we actually negotiate with the bus driver to take us up. The view is really great, and then as the elevation change happens, it gets a lot cooler. Here we are kicking it off. Oh my gosh, it's a totally different feeling to be doing downhill with so many people, and everyone is so talented. It's really nice to have more eyes on the road and more people to learn from. It just generally is a lot safer. The view during the day is absolutely incredible. It's also a little bit freaky when these huge buses and trucks are passing you. Here I am braking a bit because we're about to go around a turn and I didn't want to crash into the bus and die. It's super important to stay aware of your surroundings and also to pay attention to the other riders. Safety always comes first. So when you're passing, you need to alert the other riders by clapping your hands together. And then you should always be listening for if somebody is passing. And it's really important to not be swerving back and forth across the lane. So you just want to hold your line so that if anybody is passing you, you don't crash into them, of course. We were only about 8 to 10 riders on this day, but there can be, 30, 40, 50 people going down at once. So it's really important to stay in your lane, stay nice and straight without wavering too much, and also to just alert other riders as you're coming close. I'm sure it's very different in competition, and that's a little bit scary because people can be kind of like shoving each other to jostle into position, but for this, it's really just about having a good time and breathing. Breathing is the main thing. Although we're riding with a bunch of people, this kind of downhill route does feel very different from the urban street skating because you're more kind of with yourself. I don't have a lot of fear over speed, so I don't actually get that freaked out by looking at this kind of a downhill. Some people definitely do get a little freaked out, and that's where the breathing would come in, just to kind of calm down because there is no way to stop. You basically need to keep going because we are on a highway. Because of that, your mental state is going to be so important because you really cannot stop. So if you start to get anxious or freaked out, that's where the breathing comes in. But thankfully, there are about 3 stops that we take, and that's just because this is about a 10-mile long downhill, or 17 kilometers. So it's quite a lot on the body to hold position and maintain your balance, and then also to manage your mental state as like gigantic trucks are passing, cars are passing. It takes about 30 minutes to do the full descent, which is, I guess, about 8 minutes per section. There are about 4 sections. And you definitely do notice it. The brakes come at least for me, they come at just the perfect time. As you can see, the main position is kind of this squatting position. So it definitely does a number on the body. I didn't think that I could get any stronger than I already am with skating, and then I started downhill. Thing about this route is that since cyclists and plenty of skaters go down the route, a lot of cars are a bit more aware. Not that they're necessarily going to be safer, but at least they're not completely oblivious to the fact that there will be people on motorcycles and people on skates and people on bicycles going down. And sometimes you even see people walking up and down. This is only the second time that I'm doing Medellin, so I'm still getting used to how it is to go down, how it is to navigate through trucks and motorcycles and all of that, and also getting used to the route and the road. Me personally, I like to have other people in front of me so that I can kind of learn a little bit from them, how they're doing it, and also kind of get a feel for what the road is up ahead. Here we are at another stop. We wait until everyone comes down, so it is a kind of go at your own pace. The important thing is that everybody comes down safely, and then we wait long enough for our bodies to rest and recover so that we can do the next section. We wear all the protection that we do because even a slight mistake can be very serious at these kinds of speeds. Here you see one of the riders trip herself up, but she recovers really great. The main thing when somebody falls is that you actually need to just keep moving. Usually the leaders will be the ones that will check in. Sometimes people will pair up, especially if someone's new, so that they can watch them and make sure that they make it down all right. Camilo Montes told me that there is going to be a tournament at the end of the month, so I'm curious to see how that'll be. I have no idea how a tournament is run, and it seems kind of wild because we are on a highway, but I'm very curious to see how they do it. Here we are at the very end where we catch the bus up to the top. It's a nice little downhill, and then it's quite bumpy actually right here. We just need to cross over to the other side of the highway and make it back to the cafe. Back to the little bakery at the start. And that is it for the day. See y'all later.